Well, former Marine Daniel Penny will not testify in his own defense. The defense team rested its case today in the subway chokehold trial. The final day of testimony focused on a key witness for the defense, a forensic pathologist who endured a second day of grilling by the prosecution. His conclusion over Jordan Neely's cause of death directly disputed the medical examiner's ruling. The pathologist testified it was a combination of factors that led to the homeless man's death, not Penny's chokehold, as the medical examiner contends. As the trial now heads to the summation phase, the week after next, Neely's family and loved ones spoke out after court, with the defense team giving its take on how the trial has gone. Here's what they said.
I think it's going to be very clear that Jordan Neely did not die of asphyxiation from a chokehold. I think it's even more clear that Daniel Penny did not perceive, intend, or otherwise disregard any risk of death. We're very confident that ultimately when the jury receives the case that we're going to get a verdict that will exonerate our client in full.
We want the community to come out to support this family. It is hard for anyone to see the life of their loved one choked out again and again. We see that the family is heartbroken by this. We need to stand with the lawyers, we need to stand with the family, and we need to see that justice happens in this state.
Now, for more on today's proceedings, let's go to NewsNation investigative correspondent Rich McHugh, who's outside the courthouse. Rich.
Hey there, Hannah. Yeah, the headline here is that the defense has rested its case against Daniel Penny, and the focus today, though, was on Dr. Satish Chandru. He's an expert for the defense. He's been on the stand for 2 days, and what he says is shocking. It goes directly against the main claims of the prosecution and the medical examiner. If you remember, the medical examiner says the sole reason Jordan Neely died was because of the chokehold from Daniel Penny. Now, this expert says that's not the case. In his medical opinion, Jordan Neely died from the combined effects of 4 things: restraint and struggle, schizophrenia, sickle cell anemia, which is a genetic condition Neely had, and K2, a potent synthetic drug Neely had in his system. Now, the assistant district attorney tried to attack each of those 4 through rigorous cross-exams. Both sides also focused on the jury hearing the word homicide. The defense asked it to be removed from the record. The prosecution, of course, wanted it in. The judge explaining to the jury they should ignore that mention. Now, this after the defense had on the stand a forensic psychiatrist who told jurors how Neely had been hospitalized for psychotic episodes over a dozen times over a number of years, that he believed Tupac Shakur was ordering him to change the world, was heavily abusing drugs before his death on the train, and notably, the prosecution tried to have evidence of Neely's mental issues withheld from the jury. Daniel Penny does not take the stand in his defense. The defense has rested. Back to you, Hannah.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.